Hello, friends. Welcome to the Friend Leigh Show. I am your host and friend, Leigh. Okay, episode 91, and I got the intro bang on the first time. Oh, goodness gracious. I hope you guys all had an amazing week. I saw a few of you guys head on over to Happy School, so that was really exciting. I want to announce, I'm super excited. In the Happy School. It's a free community. If you guys want to go over, come on out. You can find it at hellohappiness.ca, or you can go right to school.com and it's /happy school. So this week, and it is going to tie totally into what we're going to be talking today. So actually, let me backtrack a little bit and tell you what the theme is, just in case you're new to the show. So you know that every month we have a series that we do. And this month we are doing it all about mindfulness, being in the present. And the series is called Happy Now. Okay. And every week we look at that series through the lens of one of the happy pillars. And so we've already done health, affection for yourself, purpose, and partnerships last week. And this week we are going to be talking about youthfulness. Now, if you're watching this in the live stream, I do want to apologize because I'm using my computer camera and not my real camera. I rushed out of the house today. It was kind of like a really wonky day. And so I forgot my camera at my condo. So anyway, it's fine. I think you guys can see me, right? It's okay. And so we're going to be talking about youthfulness, and it is so important. Every single month I say the same thing, but it's just true. When I was developing the framework so long ago, I always questioned, is youthfulness really, is that like kind of cheesy? Like, do we need it? I love it, but is it important? And it time and time again, when I'm coaching people, when we're going through masterminds, when we're doing all the stuff, youthfulness is that piece that's like, oh, I didn't know I needed it, but man, it changed everything. So I'm really excited to talk about that tonight. So if you're new to the show and you're here, if you comment, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitch, then if you comment, you will become a part of the show, just like this. Pops is here. Hey, Pops. Good evening. And, okay, is it Makita or Makeda? Oh, gosh, I don't even know if you're going to be able to phonetically tell me what that is, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're here. Hey. Okay, so she is a part of the show now too. And anytime that you guys do comments, then I'm going to pull you up on the screen. Now, in a moment, I'm just going to do a really quick little, I made some notes, some things to think about, some things that we can talk about. And during that time, because of my lovely ADHD, I turn off the comments for me. You guys can still comment, but I turn them off for me so I can focus. And then I will pop them back up, and then we can start having that part of the show. So what I wanted to tell you about in the Happy School, it reminded me, like when I was coming on to do this episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell them about this, because it really reminded me of how important youthfulness is. So we've been building this community. We've had it, I think we're like about 3 weeks in. And it's, a smaller group. We've got about 40 people in there, but it is like a strong and mighty, like a small but mighty group. It is really cool. We have people from all over, literally the world, and America and Canada. And while we were talking, we always so we're chatting, and then there'll be like gifts or gifs. I don't know what you call it, but I call them gifts anyway, because it sounds like gift. And we've been playing around with those, right? Like you just it kind of sets the tone of what you're saying. So that's what's really fun. I use those all the time. Anyway. So one of the guys, Patrick, if you're watching, hey, if you're watching, comment. Oh, awesome. You could do it phonetically. So it's Makita. Okay. Hey. So happy you're here. Inside of the group, we were talking about purpose, one of the pillars, right? And one of the guys, Patrick, he kept saying, oh yeah, I always, nope, he's not here. He's not watching the show right now. So he was using this this gift that was a porpoise, and it said, find your porpoise. And I asked what your superpower is out of the pillars. Is it health? Do you think it's affection for yourself? Do you think it's youthfulness? And he was like, oh, it's definitely my porpoise. So anyway, he played this on for a couple weeks, and any chance that he got, he put it in there. And so we were talking about what we are going to call ourselves. Like, are we going to call ourselves Team Happy? Are we going to call ourselves the Happy Fam? Like, what do we want to do? Because everything I do in that group, I want to be built by the community. I don't want to come and just say, okay, this is what it is. The pillars, I tell you what it is because I know the framework works. But the rest of it, I want it just to be fun, right? So anyway, of course, Patrick found a, yeah, I know, he's so funny. Makita's like, laugh out loud, Patrick. So he went right into it, and he was like, I think we should be called Team Porpoise. And then he had like the League of Porpoises. Like I don't know how many did you do, Patrick? Like 10, 15, something like that. He's also a marketing like guru. He's got such a phenomenal mind. So he gave us all these things. But then I was like, well, I don't want it just to be like about the porpoise, although it's funny. And then it clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, we can have a team mascot. It's the Happy School. Of course we need a mascot. So now this week we've developed that we now have a mascot. So the Happy School mascot is the porpoise, which is really, to me, it's really funny. It's just so silly. And, part of me was thinking, oh my gosh, is this like now going a little too silly? But nothing can be too silly, I don't think. Like for me anyway. I think it's awesome when you can just be in the moment and watch the way the moment lives. And so Patrick is still going for it. So our team, what we're calling each other is the Happy Team Happy Fam. So I put both of those together, and Patrick is still, he says the Happy Porpoise Posse. It does have a ring to it. So anyway, totally fun. Oh, by the way, I'm using this little microphone that Mike's dad got me. So let me know if it's still okay the way that that's going. Obviously, it probably wasn't fun when I hit it, but so anyway, anything that we can do that can just bring lightness and fun to it, I think is better. And immediately, like, I don't even know if everybody started loving it more, but I did. Like everything that I was doing in that group, I was just like, oh my gosh. So now we've got I'm going like full in. Makita says, sounds great. Yeah. And you just joined, right? Am I thinking about the same person? Please tell me I am. It's just your profile picture, I think, is different. Pop says the mic is fine. Thank you, sir. He always checks in on me, making sure that everything's okay. My background's okay. So thanks, buddy. Okay. So, you guys comment, keep on going, but I am going to kind of put that aside. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Patrick says, my work is done. I can leave the group now. No, you may not. No, because we're going to have our lightning round questions in a little bit, and we need your comments. So you may go get a drink or go potty if you have to, but please come back. Janice says, it won't load for me. Well, okay, that's weird. So I don't know, Janice, because your comments are loading. So something, I don't know, maybe your internet connection is slow or something. Come on over to YouTube. If you can watch this, I don't know. If it's not loading, you probably can't hear us. Anyway, so you guys keep going. I am going to just shut down the comments so then I can go into just a little bit about youthfulness and being in the now and why it's so important. So really, youthfulness is presence. Like if you think about kids aren't thinking about what they have to do and what goals they need to achieve, and they're not regretting what they've done. Like they can go and something bad can happen at school, and then all of a sudden they're just they're playing their best friends with that person that they just got in a fight with, because they're just in the moment, and it's you know what, yeah, that sucked, now let's move on, let's go play and have a good time, right? And so youthfulness really is embodying being in the now, living in the now, and having that joy that comes with living in the now. And here's the thing is that so we've been going through, for those of you, we've been in the hospital for God, 2025 basically. And anytime that I get out of the moment, anytime that I go into the, what is it going to be like? What does this mean? Where are we going? What's happening? That's where all of my fear happens. It always happens out there. It doesn't happen in right here. It happens out there. And immediately I feel like I'm 90 years old and I can't take on anything. So I always try to come back to the moment and be in that moment. And one of my girlfriends, actually, it's really cool because I call her my girlfriend, but we actually just met a couple of weeks ago on school. But anyway, Jenny, hey, Jenny, she has this really cool community about cultivating calm. And she was talking about how, we can have this calm doesn't mean that like you're always just like serene and everything's cool. It means like how quickly can you come back to center? How quickly can you come back to living in the moment, being here, not out there? And that is youthfulness. So being in the now, that is youthfulness. And the quicker you can do that, the more resilient you become. And we were talking about like my whole experience with this. And I'm like, wow, it's so fascinating because like January, February, I was like, I couldn't handle my shit at all. It was just like all the training that I've had, all the happiness coaching that I've had. I was like, shit, I'm losing my sister. And it was like hard, 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 hard. And I would lean on the happy framework and it worked, but it was hard. But it was because I wasn't going in the moment. I was going out there, worrying out there. And now it's like, today was a really heavy day, but it was still, I was able to be here. So that's one of the things about youthfulness that is like synced right up with being mindful and being in the now. The other thing is that you don't lose your youthfulness. You lose your presence. So it's not a matter of like, oh, I'm just like, I'm so old and I just like, I don't have that youthful spirit anymore. It's not. It's you're out there. You're quote unquote adulting, what we say adulting is, but we use that as this like cutesy little term to get us off the hook of living in the now, because living in the now is actually difficult for a lot of us. It's super easy to be distracted with out there or back there, right? So we like as adults, we glorify busyness. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just so busy. I don't have time to be silly. No, actually, the busier we become, the more we need to be silly, the more we need to be light and airy. And that's why everybody inside of the happy school, they all work, they all have stuff going on. They all have, some of them have like 3 kids, 5 kids. They've got a lot going on, but they come there because they need a little bit of levity. They need a little bit of just like, okay, let's celebrate what went well, right? So there's also like a ton of science that shares that. So laughter, when you're laughing, usually it's in the moment, right? Like you're in that moment, you just see something, hear something, something made you laugh, and you're in that moment. And in that laughter, you're present, right? There is so much science that shows that laughter can not only like boost your immune function, but it can also like reduce cortisol. So the stress hormone that's in our bodies, it can actually reduce that just by laughing. And I found a stat. Let me just find it because I want to get like the right amount of minutes. I feel like it was 10 minutes, but it might have been 15. There was a stat here. So laughter increases your endorphins, lowers your blood pressure, and boosts your immune cells. One study found that 15 minutes of laughter a day, okay, so just 15 minutes of laughter a day, that's not a lot, can improve your vascular health. Like, that's worth it. Plus, you feel good, right? Plus, all the other things it does, plus the energy it gives you. So even in like, we had like a meeting, it was like the nurse and all the people, whatever. Even in that, even when we were talking about some like really serious bogus stuff, I made jokes. And I was like, oh, come on, like to the nurse practitioner, I was like, you can't tell me exactly what's going to happen. Like, you can't predict the future. Come on. And we were just like, it wasn't funny. It's not. It's so, but it added levity, and it like got everybody to like kind of put their shoulders down and be able to be a little bit more creative in the conversation, you know? So another thing that I kind of wanted to share with you is when we're talking about youthfulness and being in the now, curiosity, we talk about it all the time. That is one of the things that can bring you into the now. It's one of the easiest things that can tie both of those together, youthfulness and presence. It ties both in because when you're curious about something that you're seeing, hearing, experiencing in the moment, right? And curiosity in itself ends up um, making you feel more useful, right? So even just like I can't remember what it exactly is called, but it's kind of like the beginner's mindset or the I think that's what it is. It's something like that, but it's going at things as if it's the first time that you've heard it. So like in my girlfriend's community, I go in there all the time because I just think it's so cool, the Cultivating Calm. And even I'm in another one, which is all of them. They're so good. Like I'm addicted now to school, like not just my community, but like I go to all these other ones that are just like, it's so awesome. But I'm curious in every single one of them. I actually, Ruben, if you're watching, hey, he's got one that's actually called Clues. It's all about curiosity. But when you're curious, you're in that presence and you get to be like the beginner mindset of like, I wonder. A lot of the things that I hear in the Cultivating Calm one, in the Clues one, in the Heart Health one, like I'm in all these ones. Are they brand new things that I'm hearing? No. But when I look at it, it's like the first time. I'm like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Like I look at it as if it's new. You can look at your hand and you can look at it as if it's the first time you're looking at your hand and just look at it with curiosity. And you might find a little, oh my gosh, I never noticed that it kind of like turns that way. Or, oh my goodness, I never noticed I had so many wrinkles on that one knuckle. That's actually, why does it do that? Anyway, so they're interesting. I will never unsee that now. But there's looking at it for the first time, like through the beginner's eyes, it is so cool because life is always exciting that way. If you think you know everything and if you're not looking at it as a child, then, life isn't as exciting. So I just want to leave those with you. And now I'm going to come back and I'm going to see what you guys are talking about. Ooh, there's some good things here. Okay. So let me kind of do this and see if the mouse works. Let's see, because, bingo, bango. Okay. So here we go. So Pop says, do you choose a polka dot blouse? I love how you always comment on what I'm wearing. Did you choose a polka dot blouse because you knew you'd be sitting in a polka dot chair? No. No, I did not. Actually, because I've been doing it for my sister's room for the last couple of weeks. And she does not have a polka dot chair, but good eye, sir. I love it. Patrick says, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Ferris Mueller. Ferris Mueller? Bueller? Is that what we're talking about? Yes. Amen. That's exactly it. Makita, she says, nice. So true, Patrick. And then Patrick says, oh, same thing. Ferris Bueller. Oh, no. Yeah. Ferris Bueller. I got it. Are you proud of me? So the reason why I'm saying, are you proud of me, is because he always calls me out. I've never seen like any movies that he talks about ever. But this one I knew. And Makita says, aha, the polka dots. I know, it's so funny. Okay. So it gives you some food for thought. Every single month we talk about youthfulness, but I'm really happy that we were doing the whole series on being in the now, being in this moment right now, because if we just look at everything, this moment is the only moment that we have, the only moment that we're guaranteed, right? And so every single, like, if you can just look at it through such a beginner's mindset where you just realize that this is the only moment that we have, then what other choice do we have but to live it to the fullest? And so inside of the Happy School, I posted a video, and it was about Ikigai. And it's this Japanese kind of philosophy around finding your purpose or what your purpose is, right? And North Americans, I believe it's North Americans, I'm not 100% sure, but they have this Venn diagram that it's like, it's this cross between what you're good at, what you love, what the world needs, what you love, what the world needs, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for, right? It's just like four intersecting. And when you can find that intersection, it's your purpose. That's not what the Japanese mean by it. The Japanese mean by what your ikigai is something that you really find joy and you're not necessarily going to get paid for it. You're not necessarily going to even make a big, grand change in it. You're not going to affect a lot of people. But every moment, it brings you a little bit of joy. And that's the way that you live your life, is through your ikigai, that thing that brings you joy. Do I get paid on this podcast? No. Have I done 91 episodes? Yeah. And I love it. This half hour, I absolutely adore. And I love that we bring new people on. I love when you guys are here and you guys are commenting. I love our lightning round questions, which we're going to do in just a second. I love it all. The happy school. Am I getting paid for it? No. Do I get paid for the majority of the things that I do around happiness? No. But that is absolutely my ikigai, and it has been my ikigai for decades. The reason why I never felt like it was my exact ikigai, I heard about it years and years and years ago, but I was like, I don't know, will I really make money on it? I don't know. And so in my mind, I was like, oh my God, if the Japanese are saying that it has to be something that you can make money off of, then maybe it's not my ikigai. Like it feels like it's what my real purpose is, but maybe it's not. And then when I saw this video, I was like, oh my God, yeah, of course. Like, why are you even questioning it? And so when we're living in the moment, we're able to find that ikigai, that purpose, that thing that brings you joy a lot faster, because you're able to be in this moment, and you're able to see what brings you joy. You're also able to see what brings you angst. You're also able to see what gets you a little bit on edge. And so if you're in the moment, you're able to feel those feelings a lot more. And I'll tell you, when you're in it, you actually don't have those shitty feelings. Sorry, Britt. You don't have those feelings of anxiety and worry and all that kind of thing, because you're not thinking out there and you're not thinking out there. You're just here. So anyway, Pop says, spreading happiness is your porpoise. Very nice. Yes, you're welcome, Patrick. Now you've got Britt doing it too. Okay, so we end every show with a lightning round question of get to know your friends. And you guys know that let me open up ChatGPT, sweet ChatGPT, because I always ask them to do 10 questions that are going to be centered around the topic. So I said, can you please come up with 10 really thoughtful questions about youthfulness and mindfulness? So here they are. And the reason why I do it in ChatGPT, if you're listening to this for the first time, is because I'm going to answer the questions first. So I didn't want to make them up based on like what I want to tell you. This is brand new. So you're on the spot, I'm on the spot, and here we go. So I'm going to do the first three. Ooh, wow. Okay. They are thoughtful. So they look pretty long. I wonder if I can, do you know what, Britt? I might be able to do this. Hold on one second. Am I going to be able to do something kind of techie? Maybe. Okay. So tell me if you guys see that. Can you guys see that everywhere? Like it says that it's on Twitch, but I can't see if it's on everywhere else. That's number one. Okay. I think you guys can. Ooh, this is pretty cool, Britt. So Britt, Pops, yeah, you're welcome. So he usually does the questions. Awesome. Makita sees it over on YouTube too. Awesome. You guys, I've never done this before. Isn't that funny? Britt always does the question. He always types it out. But these are like so long, ChatGPT. What are you thinking? So I didn't want him to do it. So there's the three. Oh, and you guys read those. I'm going to be right back because the time sensor went off. Hold on. Okay, so let's go through the three questions now. So go ahead and answer them and just put like one and then your answer, two and then your answer. And then we will go through them one by one. So here are the three questions in case you're listening to this in the audio form. The three questions are: one, when you think about yourself as a child, What qualities of curiosity or wonder would you love to bring back into your life today? Oh, I like that one. Okay, cool. Number two, how often do you catch yourself rushing through life instead of being fully present? And be honest, you guys, because you guys know I'm going to be fully honest about this. There's a lot of people that would probably be like a podcast host and be like, I am always fully present. Lie, lie. So just be fully, this is for you, right? So, how often do you catch yourself rushing through life instead of being fully present? And what do you think it costs you in terms of joy and youthfulness? Usually these are pretty like quick lightning round questions, buddy. Oh, I did not say lightning round questions, did I? I did not. Okay, my fault. Sorry, ChatGPT. You only, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so, and number three is, if mindfulness is the art of paying attention to the present moment, how can being fully here help us feel lighter, more playful, and less burdened by age or stress? Whew. Okay, wow, these are doozies. You guys let me know. Do you guys like these longer ones, or do you like the more lightning round questions that we normally do? I don't know. So let us see here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so what am I seeing here? Okay, so Makita, she sees it. Excellent. So does Patrick. He says, yep. Makita says, I thought the electricity came off. Yeah, no, it's a timer. And I thought it gives me half an hour. So I thought it was fine. Oh, look at that. Andrew is here. Ayo, Miss Lady. Well, hello, sir. Oh, I'm so happy to find you here. That's awesome. Okay, so here are the questions. So number one, Britt says, pushing, finding physical limitations, abilities, and exploring nature. Oh, okay. So yes, that's an excellent one. I like that. Okay, so that's based on number one, when you think about yourself as a child, what qualities of curiosity or wonder would you love to bring back? Awesome. Okay, so that's pushing the limits of your physical ability and of exploring nature. I like those. Those are really, really cool. Mikita says, as a kid, I would explore and make up songs and clothing designs. Ooh, I love that. Let me see. This has like this really weird. Did I read that right? Yeah, that is super cool. So, are you a fashion designer now? Did any of these things come up? Because I actually don't know a ton about you, Makita, yet. Um, that is really cool. So, those would be fun things that you'd want to bring up. Okay, very cool. Patrick says, happy endings come every 30 minutes like sitcoms. Yes. Yes. Every 30 minutes, unfortunately. Makita says, I rush. Oh, so this is number two. Okay. So, Makita, I'm just going to throw this back down just real quick because I'm going to answer number one. So, for me, when I think about myself and the qualities that I had, like for curiosity, well, it's funny because I was going to go with what Britt said. And Andrew, if you want to answer this too, please go ahead. Um, I was gonna say about like being curious about nature and like looking at nature, but you know what? I still do that and I love it. And I try to, that's one of the easiest things for me to bring back to the now. So like when I'm outside, I feel like I'm mostly in it. I took Jen for like a ride around the building and then we went to, there's like a healing garden and all this kind of stuff. And it's really cool because it's like all the leaves are changing and all that kind of stuff. And the sun was just hitting everything right, that it looks so different. And I just really like, instead of just looking at it and just like, oh, pretty, I like talked to her about it. And I was like, oh, wow, look at the orange over there. And oh, what color do you see over there? Like, because it was cool, we would see these trees. And I'm like, what color do you see over there? Because for me, it was like vibrant red. That's what popped out. For her, it was like vibrant orange. Like, it was really neat that we're looking at the exact same thing, but we're seeing it differently. So anyway, that would be my answer for that. So number two was, how often do you catch yourself rushing through life instead of being fully present? And what do you think it costs you in terms of joy and youthfulness? So I'll go really quickly just with mine, so then I can kind of stay on yours and then go to three. So for me, I'm starting to get a lot better about like when I feel myself kind of like just getting things done. I really try to slow down because I realize that when I'm doing that, I am totally out of joy because I'm just like focusing on going to the next thing, going to the next thing. And so I really try to, like, if I can feel that like elevation of like just what's next, I try to like look around or smell or touch or do something to be like in the moment, because even just, you guys, 2 seconds of just like coming down and looking at where you are. I don't know how many times I've been in a room that I'm just like going through the motions, doing the next thing. I couldn't even tell you if there was like a weird smell in there. I couldn't tell you like what was in the corner because I was just like so focused. I don't know if that's like part ADHD or what it is, but definitely not feeling youthful, just feeling like rushed and in the grind, you know? So, um, Makita, she says, I rush through life for too much of my life, being more intentional and enjoying the ride. Amen. That's awesome. I mean, not awesome, you know, that it took so long, but it's awesome that you're here now. You're still young. Um, and I don't even know how old you are. I mean, you could be 50. I have no idea. And I'm not saying that because of what you look like, because I can't actually see. These are the wrong prescription. That's why I'm always like, come closer to the screen. So I don't know, but you could be 50. People are 60, 70, and I still say the same thing. You're young. Nora, that was here. I mean, she's gone. She's left the building. But she was 91. And I was like, woman, you're still young. She's like, I know. That's why I need to get the hell out of here. So Patrick says, I'm usually waiting for life to catch up to me. Well, yes, I will attest to that, definitely. Makita says, yes, it definitely costs you joy and peace to not be present. Yes, that is awesome. Actually, one of my questions in Happy School this week is going to be what your definition of happy is. I really want to see, now that we've got a lot of people from all over, I really want to see what your definition is. For me, really, peace is like synonymous with happy. Like, for you to have peace around all of it, your health, your affection for yourself, your purpose, your partnerships, the youthfulness, that peace part is what happiness to me feels like. So that's really, really awesome there, Makita. Pop says, I don't rush through life, so I don't know. Okay, you know what? I actually believe you. I don't think you're being sarcastic at all, actually. You might be, but I don't think so. Um, and then Makita says, I will get back into fashion design, but after I build my first business, helping entrepreneurs get clear in their business and creating digital products, including logos. Awesome. Okay, that's so cool. That's really cool. I mean, oh gosh, fashion design, little thing, you guys. A lot of you guys don't know this about me, but I actually was looking into fashion school when I was thinking about going to university. I actually went up to Toronto and did like orientation, was accepted, was going to go there. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I wanted to get into fashion design. I can't remember why I didn't. I don't know. I was just all over the place, I guess. But anyway, okay. And then number 3 is, if mindfulness is the art of paying attention to the present moment, how can being fully here help us feel lighter, more playful, and less burdened by age or stress? Okay, so we've talked about this a million times. So ChatGPT, I don't know. I don't know if this is a great question, but for me, maybe it is. We'll see what your answers are. But for me, it's when we're in the present moment, we're not bogged down by the anxiety or the worry or the frustration or the um, regret or any of those like heavy, burdensome like feelings, because we're not thinking about what's out there in the future and we're not thinking about what happened in the past, right? We're here, and right here is pretty light, even if it's heavy, even if you're dealing with some like really like shitty things right now. We get through all of them. Anybody that is listening right now, you have gotten through absolutely 100% of the shitty experiences that you've had in your life. Fact, right? You're still here, you've gotten through it, and we're going to get through most of them until we don't, and then it's over, and then it's done. So worrying about the flip side, either way, that's where it really becomes heavy. Pop says, being mindful of my feelings, both physically and emotionally, to remind myself that age is just a number. Oh, I like that. Okay, maybe this was a good question. DJ is here. Well, hello, DJ. Says 1. Okay, so here's their answers. Okay. 1, imagination and daydreaming. Awesome. So that's what you want to bring back as a kid. Number 2, it's been my way of life for years, but I recently have been practicing being more mindful. Ooh, I like that. I really like that. We can get deeper and deeper, eh? Like that's what's really cool about the whole growth process and the journey is that we can just keep going deeper and getting better, or not even better, different. That's really, really cool. And then number 3, he says, I stop to smell the roses and look for little pleasures and joys. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you're in Happy School, but if you're not, look at that link and come on over. It's free. Andrew says, number 1. Okay, awesome. You're here. Okay. And I wasn't sure if you bounced. So Andrew says 1 is being excited to experience something new and just being outside and seeing the world as the massive place with so much unknown. That's awesome. And so those are all the things that you want to bring back too as a kid. That's really, really cool, Andrew. That's really awesome. He also says number 2, all the time. I catch myself just trying to rush things to get nothing right. Almost rushing just to go through the motions and worried about the future instead of just being. Yes. And I know you're going through a lot of big stuff too, but you're going through a lot of big stuff that's going to happen. And even if it's something that's like inevitable, it is absolutely going to happen. It's going to happen out here. And so from here, like where we are right now, this moment, this is actually really good example. So this is where the bad thing's going to happen. The bad thing's going to happen, but right here, you have all this time that you get to either be in joy and youthfulness and live your best life. And then you get here and then you deal with it, right? Or you can worry about this thing here, and drag down. And now this has actually ripped away all this joy. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's another thing about number 3. Patrick says, happiness is marine land. It's a Canadian thing. And also you have to get that porpoise in there. Patrick says, my daughter just graduated from fashion design. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Makita just says, congrats, Patrick. That is so cool for your daughter. Yeah. Patrick, you don't have to, but if you want to, post it in the Happy School, some of her, oh my gosh. Awesome. Okay. So ADD. Okay. Patrick, if you can post some of those graduate, projects that she did, some of those dresses that she did, like, incredible. Does not look like it came from a student. Insane. So post that because I'm sure Makita would love to see it. And then DJ says, I'm Deborah. Hello, Debbie. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Okay. And then Pop says, just enjoying the moment of this podcast and noticing a good deal of participation today. Yeah. You know why? Because I was smart and I put it in the Happy School and was like, hey guys, I'm going to be going live in 15 minutes. Come on and join me. And a bunch of you guys came. I am so geeked. Okay. Pretty awesome. We did go a little bit longer today, which is totally fine, but I am going to wrap it up because I'm going to go back and see JJ. So you guys, thank you. This was so awesome. This was absolutely, I say this every week, but this really was one of my favorite shows. It was so much participation, just like Britt says. It was really cool to see the engagement. I really hope that you guys come on over to the Happy School. Like I said, it's free. It is just so cool. You can come and see our little mascot. And Britt says, have a wonderful week. Oh, thank you. But I would love to see you over there. And next week, we're going to see. I think I'm going to put it in Happy School. We'll figure out what our theme will be for next month, because next Wednesday is already, right? October 1st. So we will have a new series. I'm not sure what it'll be, but we will see. Oh, Makita says the school community shows up so supportive. Yeah, it's awesome, you guys. I'm so happy that you were here. And just one last thing, Andrew said, being fully present, you're able to just breathe and realize how beautiful life can be when you just stop and take a look around, and you can make better decisions with a clear mind. Boom. Let's end it there. I love you guys so much. And please tell your friends about it and come on back here next Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, or whatever the equivalent is for you. I can't wait to see you. I love you. Bye.